My friend, let us begin with a truth that life itself has etched into the history of every man and woman who ever achieved greatness. No road worth walking is ever easy. The journey to the highest mountain passes through the darkest valleys. The path to glory wins through trials, tribulations, and the relentless testing of your spirit. Do not envy the smooth road, for it seldom leads anywhere worth going. The man who faces resistance, who battles through storms, who walks when others sit, who climbs when others fall, that man is carving his way toward a destination most will never know. You see, the world does not reward comfort. It does not reward ease. It rewards persistence. It rewards effort. It rewards the soul that keeps going when everything around him says to quit. You are not here to coast. You are here to conquer, and the only way to do that is to understand that difficulty is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Each obstacle you face is a lesson in disguise. Every failure is feedback. Every hardship is a stepping stone. When the road grows rough, it is not a sign to turn back. It is a sign to push forward. It is the universe testing how badly you truly want what you say you desire. It is the price of admission to the realm of the extraordinary. Ask yourself this: what have you earned if everything comes easy? What character is built in ease? What strength is forged in comfort? Real growth, true transformation, begins the moment you are stretched beyond what you think you can bear. It begins when you're tired, when you're broken, when you're alone. That is when the deeper part of you awakens. That is when your spirit ignites. That is when the road, though painful, begins to reveal its purpose. Remember this: diamonds are made under pressure, steel is forged in fire, and the strongest oak grows in the fiercest wind. If your journey is difficult, be proud. It means you are being shaped, molded, and refined into something powerful. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. The man who seeks comfort will live a quiet life of regret. But the man who embraces the challenge, who welcomes the storms, who walks the hard path with determination, he will one day stand at a summit and look back, not with bitterness, but with pride. So the next time the path grows steep, when your muscles ache, when your mind screams for rest, say to yourself, "This is the price of greatness. This is the way forward." Let your struggle become your signal. Let your pain become your power. You are not defined by ease. You are defined by what you endure, by what you overcome, and by how you rise each time you fall. The most beautiful destinations, the ones that leave you in awe, the ones that do more than yesterday, and to become someone who once seemed impossible. You must come to understand that adversity is a gift wrapped in disguise. At first glance it appears as hardship, failure, betrayal, or loss. But when you strip it of fear and face it squarely, you discover something remarkable. It is opportunity, it is training, it is preparation. It is the great equalizer that separates the dreamers from the doers. When life pushes against you, when the weight seems unbearable, it is not punishing you. It is preparing you. It is asking you, are you ready for more? Are you willing to pay the price that greatness demands? You cannot build a strong body without resistance, and you cannot build a strong soul without adversity. The tension is necessary. The pain is purposeful. The resistance is the way. So many men crumble at the first sign of difficulty because they mistake discomfort for danger. But discomfort is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is a signal that growth is near. If it doesn't challenge you, it will never change you. The storm that rattles your windows today may be the very force that clears your path for tomorrow. Now, understand this clearly. Your response to adversity defines your future. It is not what happens to you, but how you choose to interpret and react to what happens that determines your destiny. You have within you the power to take every misfortune, every heartache, every setback, and turn it into fuel. Fuel for determination, fuel for clarity, fuel for resolve. The man who is forged through hardship gains something those in comfort never will. He earns self-respect, not the kind granted by applause or approval, but the kind earned in silence when no one is watching. The kind that grows when you wipe your own tears, steady your own hands, and take one more step forward even when everything in you wants to stop. That kind of self-respect cannot be given, it must be built. And it is built brick by brick in the furnace of adversity. The world does not reward excuses. It does not honor those who surrender when the road grows rough. It honors those who rise. It honors the man who, having fallen 10 times, chooses to stand up 11. You may not be responsible for the adversity that comes your way, but you are absolutely responsible for how you respond to it. That is your power, that is your control, and that is the gateway to transformation. Do not ask for life to be easier. Ask instead to be made stronger. Ask to be made wiser. Ask to be made capable of facing whatever comes with courage and conviction. For when you do, you begin to walk a different path, not one of the average, not one of the fearful, but one of the few. The few who embrace adversity as a necessary toll on the road to a remarkable life. When you reach the summit of your ambition, you will not look back and wish the road had been easier. You will look back with pride that you endured, that you rose, that you kept going. And it will not be in spite of adversity that you succeed. It will be because of it. So welcome the struggle, welcome the challenge, welcome the adversity. It is not there to break you, it is there to build you. The worth of any great achievement is measured not by the applause it receives, but by the battle it required to obtain it. It is a fundamental law of life that all things of true value must be earned, and they are earned through struggle. The man who seeks to rise must first learn to endure. He must first be tested, tried, and tempered like steel in a blazing furnace. Struggle, my friend, is the investment life demands before it yields its highest dividends. If a thing comes too easily, it rarely holds meaning. If success requires no sacrifice, it becomes hollow. Think for a moment, would you respect a man who found a crown but never earned it? Would you admire the builder who laid no brick, poured no sweat, and took no risk? The answer is clear. It is not the destination that gives the journey value, but the effort required to reach it. In a world filled with people searching for shortcuts, there lies a truth that only the uncommon man dares to accept. The struggle is the shortcut. The difficulty is not something to be bypassed or avoided. It is something to be embraced, because it is in the very act of struggling that you grow. Your muscles grow through tension. Your mind grows through pressure. Your soul expands through discomfort. It is only when you have given your all, when you have poured out your energy, your will, your very essence, that the rewards of life reveal themselves. Let no man deceive you. Ease and abundance without effort produce weakness. Entitlement breeds apathy, but the man who labors, who toils, who fights the invisible war within his own mind gains far more than a goal. He gains mastery over himself, and that is the ultimate prize. You must come to understand that the greatest reward in life is not what you achieve, it is what you become in the process of achieving it. The struggle stretches you beyond your former self, it forces you to evolve. It demands the shedding of old habits, lazy thinking, and small ambition. It calls forth the deeper self, the one buried under excuses and fears. That self is waiting, but it can only emerge through challenge. Every morning you rise to face your goals. You are being given a choice, to take the easy way or the hard way. The easy way brings immediate comfort and long-term regret. The hard way brings present pain and future power. Most will choose the path of least resistance because it asks nothing of them. But you, if you are to rise, must choose the path that asks everything: your patience, your discipline, your courage, your persistence. And in giving everything, you will gain everything. The struggle is sacred because it separates the committed from the curious. It reveals who truly wants it. Anyone can wish for success, but only a few are willing to pay the price. Only a few are willing to wake before the sun, to labor in silence, to keep going when the results are nowhere in sight. Those are the ones who, when they finally reach the summit, stand with quiet pride, knowing they have earned every inch. And here lies the most powerful truth. Struggle does not just lead to strength, it reveals it. The strength was already there, the potential was already within you, the fire was always burning, waiting for the winds of resistance to turn a spark into a blaze. The struggle simply brings it all to the surface. It uncovers what comfort had kept hidden. It shows you who you really are. So do not curse your challenges. Do not wish away your struggles. Welcome them. See them for what they truly are, gifts wrapped in adversity. They are not obstacles in your path. They are part of your path. They are shaping you for the destiny you were born to fulfill. You will never regret the effort you gave. You will never regret the sweat, the tears, the lonely nights, the painful lessons, because every bit of it becomes part of your foundation, part of the unshakable structure of your greatness. The value lies in the struggle, because that is where transformation occurs. Not in the moment of victory, but in the many moments where you chose to fight instead of quit, to believe instead of doubt, to rise instead of fall. That is where success is truly earned, so press on. Endure, struggle forward, because in that struggle you are becoming something rare, something powerful, something unstoppable. Comfort is the silent thief of ambition. It enters your life unnoticed, dressed as peace, disguised as satisfaction, pretending to be rest, when in truth it is the slow decay of your potential. The man who worships comfort is the man who unknowingly sells his future for the fleeting pleasures of the present. And make no mistake, those pleasures are fleeting, they come cheap, and they leave empty. The moment you begin to favor comfort over challenge, you have declared war on your own growth. For what is comfort but a place where nothing grows, where nothing sharpens, where nothing moves forward? It is a soft prison with golden bars, and the longer you sit in it, the harder it becomes to break free. Do you not see it? Every advancement in your life, every breakthrough, every elevation, every new level of strength or wisdom was born in discomfort. It was born in the moments you didn't feel ready, in the decisions that frightened you, in the tasks you didn't know how to complete but chose to do anyway. Growth is not something that happens to you. It is something you earn by confronting what is unfamiliar, what is difficult, what is beyond your current limits. The tragedy of many men is that they become addicted to routine. They wake, they eat, they work, they return home, and call it life. But that is not life, that is maintenance. It is the slow death of possibility. To live is to stretch, to live is to risk, to live is to reach farther than yesterday, to become more than you were the day before. Comfort whispers seductive lies. It tells you that you're fine just as you are. It tells you that tomorrow is always available. It convinces you that average is acceptable. But the truth is that comfort is the enemy of progress. No man ever reached the summit of success without first walking through the valley of challenge, and no man ever built greatness while sitting still. Look around at the men who live in comfort. Look into their eyes. See the regret that lingers behind the smiles. Hear the dreams they once had but now bury beneath excuses. Comfort has stolen their drive, dulled their hunger, and silenced their vision. Do not let it do the same to you. You were not made for mediocrity. You were not designed to simply survive. You were created with the power to climb, to rise, to dominate, to overcome. But that power lies dormant until you dare to leave the soft bed of comfort and step into the fire of growth. Every time you choose what is easy over what is necessary, you weaken your own spirit. But every time you choose what is difficult, even when you're afraid, even when you're unsure, you send a message to the universe that you are ready for more. And in time, more comes. Your greatest enemy is not failure, it is settling. It is accepting less than what you are capable of. It is staying in places you've outgrown. It is choosing familiarity over purpose. Growth never lives in safety. It lives in motion, in action, in the unrelenting pursuit of something greater than yourself. Let no man convince you that ease is the goal. Ease is the reward, not the road. And those who chase it as a lifestyle instead of a rest stop find themselves unfulfilled, drifting, wondering why their fire has gone out. It went out because they stopped feeding it with challenge, so awaken yourself. Shake off the chains of comfort, replace convenience with commitment, replace routine with reinvention, replace security with strategy. Ask yourself not what is safe, but what is necessary, and then do it whether or not you feel ready. For readiness is born in the doing, not the waiting. Comfort is seductive, but it is not noble. It is pleasant, but it is not powerful, and it will not lead you to where you were meant to go. If your goal is to coast, then stay where you are. But if your goal is greatness, if your soul demands more, then you must rise and walk the path that discomfort has paved. Do this not just once, but daily. Push the edge, question the routine, step boldly into the unknown. For there lies your next level, there lies your true potential, and there, my friend, lies your freedom. Every man encounters obstacles. They are the unavoidable toll on the road to success. Yet most men shrink at the first sign of resistance. They misinterpret opposition as misfortune, hardship as injustice, and difficulty as a sign to retreat. But the truth, if you dare to see it, is this: obstacles are opportunities, cleverly disguised to test your desire, your discipline, and your faith in yourself. The mountain does not block your path, it is the path. The wall you hit is not there to stop you, it is there to reveal whether you will go over it, through it, around it, or simply turn back. What a man does in the face of adversity defines not only his outcome, but his identity. For it is not the goal that gives the journey power, but the struggle it demands to reach it. You must begin to view obstacles not as burdens, but as invitations. Each difficulty you encounter is calling something out of you that comfort never could. It is awakening your creativity. It is refining your judgment. It is forcing you to act with clarity, boldness, and decisiveness. These are the traits of those who rise, and they are born in the fire of resistance. Do not wish for fewer problems, wish instead for a wiser mind. Do not pray for an easier road, pray for stronger legs, for it is not the absence of obstacles that creates champions, it is the mastery of them. The man who turns away from struggle forfeits his greatness before it has a chance to breathe. You see, success has a language, and it speaks through adversity. It does not present itself wrapped in comfort or delivered through convenience. No, it knocks on your door dressed as hardship. It tests you in silence, away from the applause, hidden from view. That is where true success is born, in the quiet battles, in the decisions you make when no one is watching, in the countless moments you choose not to quit. Every obstacle you face is a question. It asks, how bad do you want it? Will you rise or will you fold? And your answer is not in your words. It is in your actions. It is in your ability to persist when others retreat. It is in your refusal to be broken by the weight of temporary setbacks. There is no growth without friction. There is no innovation without pressure. The oak tree grows strong not because of perfect conditions, but because it was forced to stand against the wind. Likewise, you will become strong because life asked more of you than you thought you could give, and you answered with determination, courage, and relentless pursuit. Most men spend their lives running from problems, but the man who embraces them, who seeks them out, who understands their purpose, he is the one who will build a legacy, because obstacles do more than challenge you, they transform you, they make you resilient, they make you resourceful, and they make you ready for the opportunity that lies just on the other side. There will be moments when the burden feels too great, moments when your mind whispers that you are not enough, that you are not ready, that the pain is too heavy to bear. But let me assure you, those are not signs of weakness. They are signs that you are on the edge of something extraordinary. They are signals that you are approaching a breakthrough, if only you do not turn back. Opportunity does not always arrive with a trumpet and fanfare. Often it walks into your life dressed in rags and covered in dust, hiding behind disappointment and disguised as a problem. But it is yours if you have the eyes to see it and the courage to face it. So change your perspective. When hardship comes, greet it. When problems arise, lean into them. Ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? What strength is this calling out of me? What door will open if I break through this wall? Obstacles are not the end of the journey. They are the proving grounds. They are the measure of your commitment. And if you persist, if you face them, fight through them, and rise above them, you will not only reach your destination, you will arrive as a new man. Stronger, sharper, unshakable, so the next time the path becomes difficult, smile, for you are not being punished. You are being prepared. There is a force more powerful than talent, more valuable than genius, and more necessary than luck. That force is persistence. It is the inner fire that keeps burning long after others have grown cold. It is the decision to rise again when your body aches, your heart doubts, and your mind tempts you to quit. It is the quiet, unshakable resolve that whispers, I will not stop until I win. And many men begin the journey, few finish it, and it is not because they lacked intelligence or opportunity. It is because they lacked the will to endure. The world does not reward the one who starts fast. It rewards the one who finishes strong. The path to any worthy goal is paved with obstacles. You will be tested. You will be tempted to give in. And in those moments, it is persistence alone that will carry you through. The man who persists becomes unbeatable, not because he never falls, but because he refuses to stay down. Each time he is knocked to his knees, he rises, not weaker, but wiser, not bitter, but bolder. The blows of life do not break him, they build him. For he knows that every failure, every setback, every disappointment is simply another step forward when met with persistence. You must train your mind to understand this. Results do not come to those who dabble. Results come to those who are obsessed with progress, to those who decide once and for all that they will not be denied. When a man makes that decision, when he commits with every fiber of his being, he awakens a force within that no opposition can defeat. Persistence is not glamorous. It is often lonely, thankless, invisible. It's the hours spent working while others sleep. It's the sacrifices made in silence. It's the inner battle to keep going when the results are nowhere to be seen. But while it may not be glamorous, it is the foundation upon which every great success is built. Too many give up just before the breakthrough. They let go when the finish line was one step away. They mistake delay for denial. But time is a faithful servant to the persistent man. Delay is not defeat. It is simply life's way of ensuring you are worthy of the reward you seek. And if you keep pressing forward, if you keep showing up, you will arrive. There is power in repetition, power in showing up every single day regardless of how you feel. You do not wait for motivation. You act and motivation follows. You do not wait for the perfect moment. You move and the moment becomes perfect by your effort. Persistence does not ask for permission. It does not wait for ideal conditions. It marches forward, rain or shine, with eyes fixed on the vision and a heart unwilling to compromise. Persistence is the great separator. It is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve, between those who wish and those who win. The dreamers talk, the persistent act, the wishers hope, the persistent build, while others look for the exit, the persistent look for the next door to kick open. Make no mistake, your goal is possible, but it will demand everything from you. It will require the discipline to keep moving when progress feels slow. It will require the resilience to rise after failure. It will require the faith to believe when results haven't arrived. And all of that is built upon the foundation of persistence. Ask yourself, are you willing to keep going when no one believes in you? Are you willing to endure failure, not once, but 100 times, if that is what success demands? Are you willing to be misunderstood, underestimated, and overlooked while you grind in silence? If your answer is yes, if you decide right now to be unmovable in your purpose, then nothing on earth can stop you, so keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep planting the seeds even when the harvest feels far away. For in time your persistence will pay you dividends no man can measure. You will wake up one day surrounded by the results you once only dreamed of, and you will know you earned every inch. The road may be long, the journey hard, the nights dark, but with persistence the dawn will come. And it will rise for the man who refused to quit. There is a truth life whispers to every soul who dares to dream beyond the average. It is the understanding that the most beautiful destinations are reserved for those who walk the hardest roads. The journey of greatness was never meant to be smooth. The path to fulfillment was never paved with comfort. It is lined with struggle, with sacrifice, with unseen battles fought in the depths of your own soul. And it is precisely this struggle that gives the destination its beauty. You must come to see the road not as something to fear, but as something to respect. It is hard because it must be. The road tests you because only the worthy may reach its end. It weeds out the faint-hearted, the impatient, the undisciplined. It does not cater to wishes. It responds only to will, and when you embrace this, you begin to understand why so few ever see the view from the summit. The man who chooses the difficult road has already separated himself from the masses. He is no longer chasing ease. He is chasing evolution. He is not interested in shortcuts. He seeks transformation. Because he knows that what matters most is not what he finds at the end, but who he becomes along the way. Hard roads are mirrors. They reflect your fears, your weaknesses, your doubts, but they also reveal your strength, your courage, and your hidden reserves of power. With each step, you discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, that your limits are not fixed, they are fluid, they expand with every challenge you overcome. There will be times when you walk alone, times when the path is dark and the voices of comfort call you to turn back. You will be tempted to trade your vision for rest, to settle for a lesser life simply because it's easier, but deep down you will know the easy life is a lie. It seduces with promises of peace, but it robs you of purpose. Only on the hard road do you find meaning. Only on the hard road do you discover the strength of your spirit. When your legs tremble, when your heart breaks, when you feel like you have nothing left, but still you press on, those are the moments that shape you. Those are the moments that elevate you, not in the eyes of the world, but in the measure of your own soul. Look around at the men who have achieved something lasting, something noble, something real. Their success was not handed to them. It was carved out of years of persistence, out of failures endured, out of mountains climbed with bloodied hands and unwavering belief. What makes their destination so beautiful is not the applause or recognition. It is the price they paid to arrive there. The road will demand everything from you, your energy, your patience, your time. Your trust it will ask you to walk when you're tired, to rise after defeat, to keep going when your mind screams that it's over. And every time you choose to continue, every time you take another step, you are writing a story that the world cannot ignore. The destination is not a place, it is a state of being. It is waking up with peace because you know you gave your all. It is looking back with pride, not because it was easy, but because it was hard and you conquered it. That is what makes it beautiful. That is what makes it worth it. So if your journey feels hard, do not despair. Rejoice, because that is the sign that you are on the right path, that you are not settling, that you are building something real, something lasting, something that will one day stand as a monument to your determination. When others stop, you go. When others fold, you fight. And one day, when you stand at the top, when the wind hits your face and the world lies below you, you will understand. It was the hard road that gave the view its majesty. It was the struggle that made the summit sacred. Keep walking, keep believing. The road is hard because the reward is great. And if you endure, if you rise each time you fall, if you trust the process and honor the pain, you will not only reach your destination, you will become the man who was worthy of it.